Some children just seem to be born natural athletes. Most, though, go through an awkward stage as they build their physical skills and grow with the game. Then puberty sets in, and look out. Some kids are done growing by 12 or 13. Others seem to shoot up overnight well into their teens. We've all seen it firsthand, how each child grows at his or her own pace. My son Jake and a teammate of his during middle school basketball are perfect examples. Jake was an early bloomer in terms of size, and his teammate was a late bloomer. Jake was already 6'3" in middle school, and needless to say, a great deal bigger than most of his teammates. One of his teammates at that same age was about 5'5", yet both boys were 6'4" when they left for college to play a sport. Everyone has seen it. Some kids simply develop early, while others do not. These situations have both pros and cons when it comes to athletic development. Kids who mature early and excel in ability at a young age tend to stand out or get labeled as a sure thing. After all, they look like men among boys out there. As a result, these players tend to get more playing time and more of the coach's attention because of their ability to play a significant role in a team's success. They also tend to be offered more opportunity on travel teams to continue to enhance their ability because of their perceived promise that they show at an early age. Sometimes those children take advantage of the opportunities and continue to progress as an athlete. Others rest on their ability, relying too much on early physical gifts, and eventually are passed by their teammates as they get older. Late bloomers often have a tougher road because they're seen early on as average or even poor players, and too often are dismissed by coaches because their abilities are not immediately obvious. This sometimes leads to young athletes giving up on sports too early. That's why good coaches encourage all children to keep working on their fundamentals, regardless of initial ability or stature. As a result, late bloomers who fly under the radar are afforded the luxury of feeling less pressure than their early bloomer friends who carry sometimes heavy expectations. The truth is, there's no way to predict which children will ultimately succeed at their sport at the highest level. That's why it's important to stress fundamentals and fun to all the children. Never underestimate the significance of strong, encouraging coaching and the impact that he or she can have on a child's success and confidence.
And our son Jake was, in sixth grade, was 6'3".
Yeah, he was definitely an early bloomer.
Holy, he's slamming, dunking.
Right.
And out on the lacrosse field, he's bigger and faster than everybody, and everyone's like, and doctors saying he's going to be 6'10", and he grew another inch. He stayed being a great athlete, played at Notre Dame and such, and kept that part about it, but he didn't grow into this 6'10", 310 pounder. He was.
Some kids do it early and they stop, and then some kids start late and catch up to everybody else or pass them.
Listen, when you go and you're watching your kid play whatever sport, you're eyeing up the other kids. Who's the athletes out there? And you want to put your kid in a pecking order. That's kind of what you do at times. And I think one of the things you have to understand is no matter where your kid is, he could be at the top of the heap, or he could be one of the athletic ability-wise, at least at this point, one of the lower ones. But you know what? You don't know what next year holds. You don't know what the year after that holds. She's right. We saw kids where we talked about Jake being 6'3", other ones being small and uncoordinated. What was the one kid, 5'5"?
5'5", and when Jake and him both left for college, they were the same
both
size.
6'4".
Yeah.
You don't know when it's going to happen, whether it's height, whether it's weight, whether it's coordination, whatever it is, you don't know when it's going to hit. So, when you're watching your kid, you keep the encouragement going and you want them to have a great experience. And then in that next year, everything could be different. They could look completely different. They could be playing different positions. You just don't know